It's another sensational day where we get to meet here in the Umbrella Show with me, Dalila Hamza, as we always be discussing on matters of the youth and how different organizations are impacting our society daily. And today we have two guests who are going to expound more concerning the bounce back of COVID-19 and how the youth are coping up and how they're keeping their spirit ongoing. I have two guests. One is called Ashley Mweni, who is working with the WAPI company, and also Victor Kipkogei, who's an entrepreneur. We're going to find out more, and make sure that you pose your question in all our social media sites. And also remember to give in your comments in quite a number. Thank you very much for making in the studio, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Ashley, for home, I see that smile, which is quite ravishing, showing our viewer that it's almost time, eh?
Sure.
Yeah, and Victor, also quite a gentleman over there. As we start with Ashley. Ashley, actually, let's talk about why the name WAPI and not another name for your company.
First of all, the name was where English word, but then at that time I was in an incubation program at TechBridge. Yeah. So with Marianne, the incubation manager, she said that since I'm of Mombasa and we are more starting in Mombasa County, so she preferred the word WAPI.
WAPI.
Yeah, as a Swahili word, yeah, from Mombasa.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Victor, as an entrepreneur, just want you to talk a little bit about what you're doing, actually. Heard that you're kind of innovating or creating an automated wheelchair.
Yeah. The project, actually what I've been doing actually is assisting the people who are disabled in the society. Yeah, by disabled I mean these people who cannot be able to use their limbs, their legs. We know that the population currently from the statistics of WHO says that 15% of the population of the world are disabled. So maybe due to old age, accidents or diseases. We have children who are born with quadriplegic conditions, cerebral palsy.
Cerebral palsy,
yeah, these people undergo various challenges in that they cannot be in a position to live an independent life. Yeah, so by introducing a voice control system, we want to make these people use their voices to automate things. And one of the things that can be automated is their wheelchairs.
A wheelchair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Let's come back to you, Ashley. Could you tell us briefly the history of what WAPI company started? How did this company started? So curious about it.
Well, first, it started back in, that is last year. We actually registered it at July, yeah, 2019. So, at first I was looking for an investor. Okay. Yeah. So, with Can Invest, Mombasa office, that is their manager, Mr. Anthony Nabwana. So, he called me up to a discussion like this one with investors from Belgium, and that is where I met Mr. Olivier, the CEO of Close the Gap International, and also Close the Gap Kenya. So we had a conversation, obviously exchanged phone numbers, emails, business cards, and
yeah, sure.
Yeah, so we kept it rolling, and I pitched to him about WAPI, and he got interested, and we now built WAPI, yeah, together as a company.
Okay,
sure.
Quite interested to know. In this COVID-19 era, there's a lot of challenges which are out there. How have you managed to actually cope as a small company? I mean, like, yeah, how did you manage to kind of cope and still go on?
Well, at first you have to have passion. Yeah, okay, most people, okay, there's that debate about passion and effort. Well, for me, I say passion is a must in each and every field of work, because there are a lot of challenges, mostly finances. Yeah, and also COVID as a challenge, as a general challenge on its own, apart from the finance part. So I'd like to say that the main purpose or vision for WAPI is the one that kept WAPI as a company to, you know, to move on and continue doing what it does.
Okay.
Sure.
Victor,
Yeah.
I was so excited when I've learned about you actually helping out the cerebral palsy, especially with automated wheelchair. This process in starting, where did you actually start and who accompany you in this kind of project? Especially, I'd like you to elaborate more, like how many youths have you been working with in this kind of project?
Okay, basically, my motivation factor came about, I like doing research, like studying.
Okay.
So I have a background in medical engineering. So when I went for attachment, yeah, at the orthopedic session, I saw these people, used to undergo a lot of, suffering. Somebody has to be there always. Get me even a cup of something, somebody has to be there. Move me from here to there, somebody has to be there. Come and, lower my bed, raise my bed, come and switch on the lights. I saw these people, the tremendous effort and the struggles they were going through. So I just went back and thought about it and, and said, these people, disability is also ability,
Yeah.
Yeah, so I said, if these people, can be made, a little bit more productive in our society, at least by introducing, by making them use their voices to automate things, to do stuff.
To give command.
Yeah, to give command.
Sure.
Yeah, so basically, so out of my recent, university degree. So this is now the project that I took. Yeah, but we've been working with a group of with my fellow colleagues back at school. There were 3 of them. But yeah, but basically it's been a COVID-19 period.
Yeah.
So it's not. I've been just we've been handling various stuff and innovation. Yeah, like in TOOM. They decided to come up with a ventilator. Yeah, so we've been handling. They've been helping me with also coming up with the prototype. Yeah, so it's been all about innovation and looking for solutions in the current world.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you tune in, this is the Umbrella Show with me, Dalila Hamza. Today we are discussing on issues of how youth are actually embracing their activities or work at home and still bouncing back from the COVID-19 hazard. Let's go back to you, Ashley. Ashley, we want to understand, how does WAPI actually work? Because some are like, what is this? Is it a software? Is it an application? What it is?
Right. WAPI is basically a listing website. You can find it at wapiafrica.co.ke at the moment. Yeah. So if you're looking for an electronic shop within a certain street, for instance, Moy Avenue Street, you could just key in electronic shops, then Moy Avenue Street and search, and you could get your, your results. Yeah.
Okay. So basically, WAPI is just here in Mombasa only.
Yeah. For now, WAPI is here in Mombasa only, but that's not. That's not a brainer. It's just a step by step. So once you're through with the piloting of most of the businesses within the county, that is Mombasa, we'll step a foot to Kwale County, to Kilifi, Tana River, Nairobi, all the way to Garissa.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. I'd like to put a challenge on you,
Sure.
Ashley. I want to talk about, what about those people who do not know your website, especially from the grassroots, from the rural areas? How are you going to get through them?
Okay. For now, okay, for them, they're in a distinct county, maybe in Kirinyaga or something. Now, for now, we are only limited to Mombasa County, but that's still a challenge as you've posed it. So it still has to, brace up and look for ways and also make as much as revenue as we can for us to reach their county and, expand our services all over the place for them to use. Yeah, yeah.
Victor, I'd like to hear a word from you on how can we give youth, all of us are youth, so how can we give, let's say, an advice or which kind of things, though, a lot of people are like home and like, really, right now, I'm doing everything I can. It's not working out for the country and for the entire globe. Should they kind of sit down and just expect everything to move in their way? What would you tell them?
Okay, for me, I would tell people, the youth especially, you know, there's a lot of innovation. You know, business ideas and innovations are everywhere. It's just up to you to look around, you know, find your passion. Okay. Find your passion. Find whatever you like to do, you know, and pursue it to the maximum of your potential. You know, notice, you know, just, you know, you have to, in the field of innovation, you know, it's like a gift, you know, something that you do to the absolute best with the least minimum amount of time and effort. Yeah. So you just have to look around. There are a lot of things that can be done, especially in this COVID-19 period, you know, whereby people are subjected to just staying at home. Yeah. You know, people are subjected to, you know, harsh financial problems. Yeah. You know, people had to, like, you know, locomote from one place to another, so there was separation. You know, some of our friends whom we used to work together, they had to quit and had to go home. But you know, wherever you are, with the list, with the materials that you have, you know, nobody started with everything. You know, somebody started from somewhere. You know, you'll never reach a place whereby you're like, I'm now ready to start. No, just start. Just start where you are. Go for it. Yeah, just go for it, and everything is going to turn out, you know, one step at a time. One step at a time. Okay. Yeah.
Ashley, you said you're working from home. How has that been? Because I'm so sure, like, a lot of people, especially here in Africa, like, not only Africa, actually everywhere, like, when you're working from home and, like, there's another person knocking at the door, there's this happening, your mother has called, Ashley, we need 500,000 for this, and you're just situated there. So how has been your concentration working from home?
Well, with most of, what I usually do is most of the paperwork, maybe I have to write proposals, I have to do coding. I mostly do it at night. Okay. Yeah, when people are asleep, that's when I work.
Wow.
Then, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's
then
nice.
During the day, I only most of the things that I do are mainly cold calls. Maybe I need to call someone, so I will do that from my room. I lock the door, and I tell my family that I live with, tell Mom, I'm here for 30 minutes or 1 hour. I need to call a few clients, and please just tell the kids around, that is my sisters, not to disturb. Okay. Yeah, so with 1 hour, you can, even 30 minutes, you can just call all the clients that you need to call, and that's it. You can continue doing all the household chores, and maybe if I need to do some code or do anything, but mostly a lot of the type of work that paperwork and codes, mostly I do them at night, because they need a lot of concentration, and during the day,
it's just not there. You're just distracted by movies and everything. Yeah. You talked about the automated wheelchair, but actually I want to understand more. Like, when, let's say, a cerebral palsy patient or a person who cannot help themselves, like, when you give a command like switch off the lights to the camera, or maybe like, the lights, or maybe a door, just opening up the door. I'm quite curious. Isn't that when you talk, the command actually is altered with, or how is that? Okay,
you see, the process of now speech, of speech. For example, our phones, right? We have Google, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. When you want to Google football, you say talking. You know, so when you want to Google football, I'm sure you just take your phone, hold the Google microphone, and say football. Right? Yeah. So
there's some kind of button there?
No, there's no button. Oh. So I was just illustrating that. So what actually happens is with the voice recognition module that I'm using, you just need a microphone, and this microphone will be connected to that voice recognition module, whereby the trained voice commands are stored. So one advantage is that it has no limitation to language. Like, you can use any language.
Oh, so I can say, nataka kutembea ni bebe, then it goes.
Yeah, but you know, with the command, you know, you don't have to speak so many words. You know, you just for somebody
I'm
who's
talking
not,
about that particular time when you yourself, you're having a meeting within yourself, like you're talking and I want to do this and this. I don't know if the food is ready. I don't know what I'm going to do. And then it just goes out of your mouth. Wouldn't that command be...
No, you see, for example, okay, you know, the way the human brain works, right? You know, you have to think and then you have to talk. Yeah. So, for example, if I'm to walk from here up to there, I have to reach a decision, like I have to reach there. So I'll have to like stand up and walk. You know, I'd love to say something like walk. Walk. Yeah.
Just a word.
Just walk. And then the command.
Miraculously.
Yeah, the command. Okay. Technically, the command, the wheelchair maybe performs the command. Yeah. So if you are seated somewhere and then you are like, I have to. Let's say I'm seated there and I have to come back, you know, some few meters. Then you know that action is reverse. So I'll just say reverse, and the motors of the wheels connected to the wheelchair will start rotating backwards until a certain point whereby you feel comfortable. Then you'd say stop. You know, so. You know, for a pilot, maybe, you know, it does not necessarily like, you know, you have to go like there and then, you know, move around the city. You know, it can just be tried out in a compound, you know, in your own estate, in your own village, whereby there are not so many, you know, disturbances, noises, distractions. Yeah.
So basically, make me understand, like. When you're using the automated wheelchair, isn't there another party which is like controlling the entire thing? There is another person apart from the person who's seated on the wheelchair?
No.
Just the person who's seated on the wheelchair?
You know, after training and everything is working well, you know, it's all about independence. You know, it's all about being independent. You know, you don't have to be under constant supervision of somebody. You know, you can go outside there and just...
So it does it use electricity? Or
no.
Does it, what does it use actually?
Okay, what it uses, you know, obviously we have the microphone, the voice recognition module, and then there's some technical part of it. You know, configuring the voice command to the action of the motors. Yes, but basically it's all about you know, you can use a battery, a simple battery. Yeah, simple battery that you know, it can be fixed somewhere within the wheelchair. Yeah, and one advantage is that you know, it does not require internet. It does not require maybe Bluetooth. It does not. So it can, even somebody who is living at the ghetto, you know, just once after trained, you know, trained, because we have to capture the command of that specific person. It will not recognize the command of any other person, even if this person goes to maybe a place whereby there are people and then somebody coincidentally shouts a command that's it's already there in the voice command. You know, the wheelchair will not do anything because it is only subjected to recognize the voice of that specific user.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Ashley, I understand there's a lot of mathematics and finance going on inside your business. Actually, what is the cost, or perhaps if you tell us the capital, how did it start, especially the financial part in coming up with your company?
Well, the most difficult part of WAPI is mainly the collection of the business information. That is, we literally go store to store and we ask them about the name of the business, and we actually get the geopoint location of the store. Apart from that, we get the contact details of the store, of the business. Yeah, and also basically the type of business. Is it an M-Pesa shop, cosmetics, electronic?
Their talents and ability and how to monitor their talents. Thank you, Sophia. We also have Papa Desh watching there. Now, this is quite an interesting topic. As we go back to you, Victor, we've seen that there are a lot of things which must be done. Let's take a look about the cost, because I believe there is mathematics there.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
So talk about how it cost you. How has it been costing you?
Okay, yeah, it has really costed me a lot because first of all, I had to come up with a prototype, you know, yeah, before, okay, I'm actually in the process of implementing now to the actual wheelchair,
okay.
But with the prototype itself, you know, there's been a lot of finances. I can remember there was a time I was to purchase a robotic kit because I was using a robot. I placed an order in January, but the order had to be cancelled because of Corona. So I had to like now purchase the products locally, and you know with the local, you know, you have to get one thing at a time instead of a robotic kit. So it's been yeah, it's quite a financial strain, I can say. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Ashley, dear. Ashley, let's move on.
Okay.
Since the COVID-19 pandemic has struck us all, your business especially, I want to believe that perhaps have you kind of gone outside to kind of market it, or which kind of strategies have you used so far, keeping in mind the health organization guidelines?
Well, with the business, there's not a lot of marketing that we actually do, because as we talk to the businesses, it's still we still market ourselves. Yeah, yeah. So basically, as the Ministry of Health says, you know, the mask, put on your mask, and also the sanitizers. We also had our own sanitizers, yeah, and also the space. The 1.5 meter rule, 1.51 meter rule too. You also had to observe that. Yeah.
How do you manage like going throughout all of those retail kind of shop from one point to the other, and which kind of product basically are you looking at when you are posing them in your website, especially the retail shops and stuff?
Okay, I think you're talking about the type of businesses that the target businesses that we go for.
Yeah.
Well, I could say that all the businesses are our target, but mostly, because the ones that are not our target are the ones that don't have a specific location, because the geo points or the geolocation points that we take, they have to be legit. Yeah. So if the business doesn't have a specific location, then we don't take that in. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Heard that you're coming up with a Google map for only business retail. Give us a scoop of that.
Well, as for now, we just a listing service. Yeah, but then now with more, as we expand and get more businesses within our database or within our website now, is now that we can actually get an open street map and now pin and get all those geolocation points placed or pinned into the map for it to be a legit and, you know, reliable one, because you can't have a map that has 10 points or 10 geolocation points. It has to carry a lot of information for it to also kind of serve for a long time, yeah, and for people to also use it, yeah, in different locations, for now limited to Mombasa.
Okay. Victor, let's move on. Victor, smile a bit, you know. The camera's like, just smile a bit and give us that. You see you have an amazing kind of smile, so you have to lighten up the mood for us as well. Let's talk about the coming projections, the project which you're having. What other projects are you working to do at this particular time, apart from the automated wheelchair?
Okay, there are various projects we've been working on. You know, we are turning into a world whereby technology is fast moving. So basically, me and a group of friends, you know, we are working on the use of artificial intelligence. Basically artificial intelligence, making machines more intelligent using machine learning. Yeah, for example, I have a group of friends of the friends we are working with, you know, coming up with systems that can identify specific diseases like pneumonia. You know, yeah, a trained algorithm with a trained algorithm in that if you feed an image, you know, you can get if you feed an X-ray image of the chest, you can get feedback. You know, you can get if it's pneumonia or it's what, malaria. Basically, I have a passion in robotics, and I believe.
So one of the robots who are well known, Sophia, right? Actually, also, Sophia, you're about to create something like that, similar, or Sophia the robot.
Sophia robot.
Yeah.
No. Okay, with me, I have as I've said, I have a background in medical engineering, so I have a vision of. My ultimate goal is to become a robotic surgeon. Robotic surgeon, yeah, is to create robotic surgeons.
Make me understand that.
Okay, like we have the Da Vinci company who are making okay, in the US and the Europe, some of the surgical procedures they are using robots. Like a surgeon controls the robot, and then the robot is the one making the surgical process. So that's actually what I want to do. I want to that's what I want to pursue. Yeah, I want to make sure that I achieve and you know, pursue robotics to the best thing that we can come with intelligent systems that can be used in hospitals to save lives, and
so
also bring
robots will be doing the work.
Not robots on their own, but under the supervision of humans. So robots will be like human beings.
And where would the human beings go?
I mean, pardon me. I mean, robots will be like tools, not human beings. Okay. Robots will be like tools, and you know, various processes can be automated. Yeah. So that's, and bring that technology to Africa, because you find that most of the time there are surgical procedures that people have to live for outside countries. Like they have to go to Australia, they have to go to India, they have to go to Europe, they have to go to the US. So if you know, the youth, you know, if we can get support, you know, the necessary support, the necessary knowledge, and you know, exposure to knowledge. If we can get the necessary exposure to knowledge, specialized education in such fields, you know, and the government decides to, you know, in every year, the budget that they make, you know, they invest it in technology. You know, we can automate our hospitals here in Africa, here in Kenya.
How's that?
We can automate in that we can.
So, because the nurses have gone on strike, remember, Victor, so we replace. Actually, I want to ask you a question in that. Do you think that creating robots, especially, or an automated kind of thing, it's quite risky for the human beings? Isn't that a lot of people are going to lose jobs? No.
Okay. For example, you know, robots. You know, they just improve the quality of the service. They're actually tools. You know, they don't take a single cent home.
They don't take.
Yeah, but you see, actually, okay, with robotic surgeons, robotic surgery, that is. Let me say robotic assisted surgery. The thing here is, you know, it makes the work of the surgeon much easier. You know, we are not replacing the surgeon, but we are just improving. You know, we want to save lives. You know, we don't want somebody dying on a table because of maybe a mistake or something like that. So it improves. You know, it is able to, through the use of what we call machine vision. You know, it can be able to, like, to bring a 3D printed image of maybe if the surgeon is operating a delicate part like the stomach, you know, the surgeon can be able to have a 3D vision of the place he's operating, and, you know, without making cuts, you know, we can just make insertions, and through insertions that it can be controlled up to a specific point, whereby maybe we want a specimen, or we want to remove a tumor, or we want to, you know, to treat something. Yeah, so it's actually improving the quality of service instead of going the manual way. Yeah, so that's one factor about robots. And one person said, let machines do what they do best, and let humans do what they do best. And in the end, we might meet in the middle.
Okay, okay. Ashley, let's talk about your projections and your projects. Which kind of project are you working on currently?
Well, for now, we are at a point where we want to make as more revenue as we can, so that we can expand or expound on the different areas within the county for us to have more data within our website. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. In another perspective, I want to bring also in, apart from being having interest in creating robots, what else are you? Who are you apart from that? Who is Victor? When you look at Victor, who is he?
Okay. Okay, that's on the spot. I mean, I like. I like researching. I finished my degree in medical engineering. I'm awaiting my graduation. But I like researching. I like taking risks.
Okay.
Yeah, I like taking risks. But I also like you know, I like being exposed to new ideas. I like thinking a lot. I have passion in coding and programming languages. Yeah, and yeah, I just like keeping myself busy with what I like. Yeah,
with what you like.
Sure, like. Sure. Yeah, I like you know, just coming up, thinking of new ways of solving problems, ideas, and identifying. Yeah, because you know, that's what we have to do. Like you can't let a single day slip and you just
without doing nothing.
Just staying idle and idling your thoughts, just passing time. You know, yeah.
Sure. Let's take a look at our social media site. We'll dive into Facebook again. We have Shema Jays, who says, "Good work, Ashley." That's Thanks. A compliment to you. We have Bragan Linus says, "Study finds the impact of the pandemic on young people to be systematic, deep, and disparate, and it has particularly hurt on young women, younger youth, and youth in lower income jobs. Young people," he says again, "young people are concerned about the future and their place within it." We also have Mishu says, "Nice show, Dalila, keep it up." I say thank you. Thank you very much for your comments. Please feel free to send your questions as well. And also, if there is something you would like to give for our youth out there, you can also send it right through, and we'll discuss this as we improve, especially during this COVID-19 pandemic. Ashley, let's move on. Let's talk about, is your company, who is actually sponsoring a company, or if the government is lending a hand in it?
Well, I have, okay, WAPI Group has two co-founders. That is Ashley Mweni and Olivia Vanden Eende. Now, Mr. Olivia is the one taking care of all the necessary finances that have to keep the company running. Yeah, and I take care of how to make the company prosper and expound on our goals and visions.
Okay, yeah. So how do you rope in the youth out there?
Well, for the data collection part, we have to use the youth, or we use the youth rather. Yeah, that is mostly mostly the ones on their 20s, not really the 35s. Yeah, the ones that are energetic, because I actually started the data collection on my own, personally, moving store to store to get such information. Yeah. So you have to be energetic. You have to take the heat.
Goodness,
because you know, Mombasa is so hot, and you know, sometimes
with the mask on top of that, and
so you just have to be that energetic person to move from place to place, and you know, you have to show that energy to the businesses. You understand? Yeah. Okay. So with all that, it has to be a youngster or a young adult. Yeah. So we need the young adults to actually help us in data collection. Yeah. for a cost too. It's not that it's for free. Yeah,
Okay.
for the Bible says for anyone.
Because I'm very sure
there has to
right
be
now
profit.
people are not having jobs. They're like asking, Ashley, how can we earn? You know, especially I'd like to bring in the part of earning online. Especially
Sure.
earning online. Some are false and some are true. But because you hear it's free, as youth, we just want the shortcut. We want just like, I want to go for this. I want to do this. Which kind of advice will you give?
Well, I said that there's nothing for free. There's absolutely nothing for free.
Not even a dime.
Yeah, yeah, not even a cent. You just have to work hard. Yeah. So most of us, we want to have the shortcuts. We see guys in Lamborghinis and pictures on
Ferrari,
Instagram.
I just
and,
want that, you know.
Yeah, you know, some are just show-offs and some really took in the work. Yeah. As a person, I listen to different kind of people in the internet. Someone that really touches on the youngsters or the young adults is Garyvee. Yeah, he talks about that, and he talks about acceptance and not actually being a social media addict, and also not believing what is on the social media, because actually 80% of that is false. People just pretend and show off and that, but that also doesn't mean that that is not real. No, some actually have those Ferraris and have worked hard for those Bugatti Vivos that you see on Instagram. So you just have to start from where you are. As Victor said, you just have to start. You know, you can't be you just can't wait for you to be complete. You have to start, and it's not going to be easy. It's hard. Even at this stage, you're still actually on the growth stage. Yeah, it's not that Wapi Group is big. No, it's a big name, but we're still working. Yeah, you're still working to it.
Still going for it.
Yeah. You're actually starting. So
actually, I would like also you to tell us what makes your company more unique than others.
Sure. Mostly what stands out for companies, that is the difference, is mostly the business model. And in the business model, what makes it stand is the revenue model. You know, even if someone takes in and copy Wapi it's not techish. No, I don't see any tech in it apart from the website. We just go and collect data and we beautify it, or we just put it in the website. Yeah. So anyone can do that. Yeah, but now why not? Okay. Apart from Wapi, there have been different types of companies or products that do this stuff. Yeah, we've got Mocality that was there, but then it had to kind of shut down. Yeah, so that still goes on the business model and actually on the revenue model, because it's only with cash that a company grows. It doesn't grow with prayers; it grows with cash. Yeah,
I kind of heard Victor saying hallelujah. Okay.
Yeah, so I think what is distinct from Wapi and other listing businesses, because they are there. We've got Pigami from Rome Group. So there people use it. I also use it sometimes. So yeah, the most distinct feature I could say from Wapi Group and all those other group companies and companies on listing products is mainly how we survive. That is the business model and also the revenue model of how we make money to make Wapi afloat. Yeah.
Sure thing. Victor, let's talk about what are some of the challenges you face and what did you actually do? What was your worst nightmare or your worst thing to have happened inside your path in the creation of innovation?
I can say the challenges that we've been facing. Okay, first of all, I think the worst part was when my order was cancelled. When I had placed an order from a company in China.
Whoa,
I think that was the moment, due to coronavirus, obviously.
Okay.
Yeah, but I can say also COVID also gave me time, to research.
A lot. It gave you a lesson.
Yeah, it gave me a lesson, I had to research more, look for alternatives, I didn't just give up and say now, since these things has happened.
You're like, ni basi.
Yeah, no. But it gave me time, to research and to look for alternative measures. I can say the challenges due to COVID-19 is Okay, first of all, there's financial challenges, obviously, because you can remember there was a time Mombasa was under lockdown. Yeah. Mombasa, you couldn't access. Personally, I was on the other side, Kulebara, so you couldn't access, and most of the things at that time, most of the places I used to research, access to internet, access to a good place to work, like earlier they said, we had said that working from home is a bit challenging.
Victor really this, Victor that. Yeah, I want this. It can't really and your mind keeps saying.
You're working on something, and people are curious. What are you doing? You don't have that focusness and concentration. You need. For me, I need a quiet place where I need to just work, and then after I've done, I can just present to people, and they'll be like, yeah, wow, this is good, But now every now and then you have challenges there, here, and there.
Your landlord is calling. You have to pay your
rent. Yeah, you have to pay your rent, and then also you had your team. Your team could work together. You could hammer a project together. Now it's challenging because one person is here, the other one is there.
Okay.
So there are challenges with communication also. Yeah. So I can say those are some pretty tough challenges that I
so
faced.
when you went through those challenges, actually, what did you do to kind of helped you overcome them?
Okay. First of all, there's a statement that says you either adapt or die. So I had to adapt. First, I had to adapt. So I had to just go back to the drawing board and be like, so this COVID-19 is here to stay.
It's here. It's with us. It's not leaving anytime soon.
It's not leaving anytime soon. So with that, I had to take an extra mile, look for other ways of being innovative, use my other skills that I have, at least go an extra mile to make some sense. Yeah. And then also I had to purchase, look for ways to use the locally available products to just come up with my idea now that those products from abroad had to be cancelled. And also it also, I can see also, it also changes your routine. If you had been sleeping for 8 hours, you can't sleep for 8 hours anymore, because these are not ordinary times.
Okay,
so you had to change, you had to work day and night. Yeah, for almost even you could sleep for only 4 hours to 6 hours, just to make ends meet. Because you cannot forget about your innovation also. And you also have to look at how you can keep up with things. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, kweli ulipambana na hali yako. Ashley, let's talk about the challenges, a few challenges you've faced so far.
Well, the challenge that made me stay at home was mainly COVID. Yeah, that was the only basic challenge. Yeah. So with COVID, some of my clients and also some of the businesses that we go and collect data from are closed. Yeah, and also at first Corona was quite serious. Yeah, even before the Ministry of Health had come out now with precise guidelines. Yeah, so at first it was quite serious because we did not know how to handle it.
Yeah.
So we just I will just chill at home. Yeah. And either code or better the business model, think of different areas or aspects that WAPI will actually make revenue from. It actually COVID didn't really come the way people said. Okay, it came and destroyed lives and businesses. It also came and gave people time to reflect on what they have been doing. work, projects, yeah, for you to sit down and reflect, was I going in the right direction? What did I need to change? You know, because most people are relaxed at home. Yeah. Most people are just chilling at home. So with that, it gave our brains or our minds time to sit down and really think, and see what can we do after COVID or even during this COVID to survive, and what have we been doing wrong and right, and where can we change, to make our lives better, to improve our businesses, and also to, you know, to pay ourselves more. Yeah,
sure. Let's hear your last remark to our viewer.
Okay, to the viewers. To the viewers, I'd just like to tell them, you know, let's research. You know, let's invest in ideas. If you are an investor, you know, there are a lot of ideas outside here. You know, you just need to believe and invest in those projects. And for those people who have ideas, you know, don't just sleep on your idea. You know, somebody once said that if you take a seed and put it at the window, it will just remain a seed. You know, until you take that seed to the mud, that's when that seed will turn out to bear fruits. So if you have an idea, don't just sleep with your idea. Come up with it. Start wherever you are. You don't have to have everything to start an idea. You just have to be yourself and start the idea. Yeah.
Sure. Ashley, as we wind up.
Well, I'd like to tell the youth of Mombasa, or those that are watching from other parts of the country, county, and the world, that if you want to do something, either start a business, if you want to have a project done, if you want to do anything, just do it. Just start. Yeah, just as Nike, you know, just do it. Yeah, start from there. As Victor has said, and I've repeated, I think twice now, there's no time that you'll actually have everything for you to start what you want to do. So start. And also, as you start, really advise those that have businesses, or those that are doing projects, or those that are even working on a career, have mentors. Because I have two mentors. One is my stakeholder, Mr. Olivia, and one is Mr. Mohammed Garib. They have actually guided me and directed me to the right path. Actually, I have said that if I were alone till date, I don't think if WAPI could be standing. So those two great men have actually helped me, and are actually doing as much as they can to make me a successful capitalist. I like calling myself a capitalist, a successful capitalist, yeah, in the lands of Kenya and also of the world. So just start something and immediately get a mentor. Yeah, that's it. Start something and immediately get a mentor to guide you to that specific industry that you are in. You can't be pursuing journalism, or you can't be starting an electronic shop and you go get a mentor who is doing saloon, or is doing or has pursued a career in maybe golfing, or golf rather. So yeah, start something and get a mentor. That's it.
Everything that starts always has an ending. We come an end to the Umbrella Show, and make sure that this is also a learn. I've learned one thing or two from the guests in the studio. It's not about sitting down, but rather going for what you ought to do. Call me Dalila Hamza. We'll meet another time.